On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
Means that they're marriage material. Oh, I get plenty of men. No, you don't, because ain't none of them marrying you. You know what I'm saying?
They're not real options, right?
Yeah, that's not
Absolutely.
like just because a dude dates you or he has sex with you does not mean that you get plenty of men. You know what I'm saying? And so everything is just all mishmashed in, and
Conflated.
you know, we think that a relationship is the same as marriage, and it's not the same. None of it is the same, and I think that people are just confused, and so it no longer became ideal to have a nuclear family. Who said it? Was it Trill? Yeah, it was Trill. Trill said on the last show, he said, why should dudes get married when they can have, and this is not my sentiment, but this is largely a sentiment that a lot of people would agree with. He said, why should a dude get married when he can get all of the benefits of marriage without getting married?
That they want to be with the father of their child.
I'm talking about of the sample size that I see with the observable eye. So I'm not saying, Kay, because I know what you like. Most of the time we talk, it's all or none, and then when you can't do all or none, then it's, you know, some people here and some people. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking general. So I am generalizing. We're on a show.
Okay, that's
a general audience. So I just want to clarify. I'm generalizing, and I'm saying of the people that I look at when I go on social media, when I go and look at certain accounts on Instagram, when I look at certain video clips, and you can say it's, you know, programming. I don't think it is, because when I go outside my door and I look at certain people, like I can see it. When I walk in Roseland, if I go to Inglewood, I see it. Like they cool with being baby mamas. Anyway, okay. You said that's the
no, Chicago, because I think what you're saying is interesting, and I want to know more. In terms of the goal situation, like, do you think that? Okay, let's do it this way, Chicago.
I go to make the point, and then I'm gonna circle back around to everybody else. Then
let's do it this way, Chicago. Do you think that if given the option, that most people would say, I would rather be in a, you know, tumultuous situation, a single parent, whatever, than in a loving, happy, healthy relationship? Which do you think they would pick?
I don't even agree with that premise, because that's not what they're thinking about.
No, but I'm just asking, if in this scenario I presented,
I think ultimately, if they had the opportunity, I think most people, if they had the opportunity to get the fairy tale ending version of their story, they would opt for that.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. It's not the goal, but I get what you're saying, that people they become okay with it.
You literally have people that are going out here trying to trap each other. Men and women do this, trap each other with a baby, and then they're not focused on family. If the goal, because I think that
if trap women with a baby,
yeah, this dude pump and dump. Yeah, there's dudes there are dudes that exist. I'm not saying they exist in large numbers. There are dudes that think that if they shoot up the club and this female, that's gonna keep her with him. Those dudes exist. Okay. I didn't say by and large. I said there are dudes that exist.
I didn't know that, but okay, I got you. I don't know how you can trap a woman like that. That's all I'm saying. Like,
I must create. When did the nuclear family stop being the goal? When did the nuclear family stop being the goal?
Yeah, I think that you know, it's difficult to pinpoint when, or even the question, when did it stop being a goal? For some, it's not a goal, but we have to kind of look at what I would assume the majority to be. Many times people adjust to what has happened in their life. So it's not so much about them not having a goal. You know, sometimes people have a goal for even family and don't know how to get there, or they make certain things, make certain mistakes, and then they adjust to it. I will agree that there are a good amount of people that the goal is not the nuclear family. But when I look from my perspective at a large amount of people, I see people that have a goal set, and for whatever reason, they're not getting there, they didn't get there. Maybe they've adjusted to some of the things that have happened in their life and kind of structured their life according to that. So I don't know if I would say it's necessarily not the goal for the vast majority. Some people just fall short.
Exactly. I agree with that.
Anton, when did the nuclear family stop being the goal?
I mean, I'm not. It stopped being a goal when there stopped being a rite of passage in order to be able to get whatever it is that you wanted. Like when there stopped being a barrier to entry, it stopped being a goal because then you could have anything you wanted and it didn't matter anymore. When you had to earn your wife, or you had to, you know, subject yourself to whatever the standards were that her father had for you in order to be able to get her, then that stopped being a goal. Because now, I mean, how can that be the goal when you can literally just go and say, "Hey, I'm in a relationship," and that's the end of the conversation? Like I'm not even sure that people understand what marriage means anymore. And so now that there's no barrier to entry and anybody can do it, and just because you're 18, you out on you're a grown man, and we give people titles, and people automatically say, yeah, king or yeah, queen, and that's supposed to mean something as though you earned any title whatsoever. It stopped being a goal. And so, people don't understand. That's why even when I talk about marriage, I say, you got to be successfully married. It's a difference. And it stopped being a goal when there no longer became standards by which you needed to get married or something that you had to earn. It didn't mean anything anymore at all.
So Anton, you would say that most people that say they want to be married, that are not willing to put in the work or do the things to be happily married, they're maybe more so in love with the idea of a certain thing and not the work or the standards that it takes to uphold to even have anything like that.
I think that largely women still want to be married.
I agree.
I think that women still largely want to be married. I think the circumstances don't allow for them to be able to have guys to jump over that hoop to do it anymore, because dudes can do whatever they want whenever they want to. There ain't no standards no more. Like even with the women, like girls don't even understand that is women that we play with, and then is women that we look at as marriage. They have no idea whatsoever, and they conflate that, and they think that just because they can get a date, that means that they're marriage material. Oh, I get plenty of men. No, you don't, because ain't none of them marrying you.
They're not real options, right?
Yeah, that's not absolutely. Like, just because a dude dates you or he has sex with you does not mean that you get plenty of men. You know what I'm saying? And so everything is just all mishmashed in, and conflated. We think that a relationship is the same as marriage, and it's not the same. None of it is the same. And I think that people are just confused. And so it no longer became ideal to have a nuclear family. Who said it? Was it Trill? Yeah, it was Trill. Trill said on the last show, he said, why should dudes get married when they can have, and this is not my sentiment, but this is largely a sentiment that a lot of people would agree with. He said, why should a dude get married when he can get all of the benefits of marriage without getting married?